Every single Canadian is being negatively impacted by the illegal protests against the approved gas pipeline in BC and their supporters blocking rail lines and bridges in Ontario, with no sign of a plan or progress from our government, only an aspirational, peaceful solution. The PM is now home from Europe and has cancelled plans to meet with Caribbean leaders at their conference in Barbados this week. But that said, Atlantic Canada is now in danger of running out of propane to heat their homes and businesses in a very cold winter, and the economy is being strangled by the stoppage of trains. And more. Now bridges connecting Ontario with America are shutting down due to the protests. Mayhem rules in Canada, and no action out of Ottawa except for an insipid "we must talk." Mark Miller, the Minister of Indigenous Services, has not set out any goals or strategy. He is ready to talk whenever they want. Yeah, talking is good, but we need a purposeful process with deadlines. The actions of the protesters should be documented on video for evidence in future lawsuits. Legal action must be readied. Those few hereditary chiefs supporting the protesters and the protesters themselves have supporters, they have assets. They must be faced with paying for the damage of their actions. It is a matter of responsibility under the rule of law. And if this small minority of Indigenous people rule over the majority, then Native governance must also be re-examined. Resources must be deployed to assist this pursuit. Canada cannot afford another round like this. Negotiations must narrow the issues and at least start the process to resolve those issues. And the blockades must come down sometime soon as a symbol of good faith. Otherwise, ultimately, the court-issued injunctions must be enforced if the blockades are not taken down. That is the task of the RCMP and the OPP. The duty of the police is to enforce the law, and the law is a court-issued injunction. No one wants to incite violence or witness it on videos, but it is also important to understand that no one wants to freeze or run out of food. Understanding the other guy's point of view can only extend so far. The Trudeau government has been caught between its rhetoric on the Indigenous file and its failure to implement the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It has been more than 5 years since Trudeau made that promise. Get over this present hump, then sack the failed ministers and get some competent people to resolve the long-standing issues. Indigenous people in Canada, they deserve more than Trudeau's broken promises.